I just crossed 100,000 Spotify streams in 30 days. It wasn't luck, I don't have a major behind me, and this wasn't a TikTok viral hit. It was a planned release with a clear strategy behind it, attacking from different points of promotion to make sure I got these results. And the best part, that every producer, yes, like you, can replicate this with the right setup. In this video, I'll break down what I did to hit 100,000 streams this fast in my new song If I Lose Myself, and a new tool that made the promotion ridiculously simple and really helped me to reach those big numbers. I got these results by attacking 3 pillars: playlist, promotion, and social media. Social media is really important nowadays, and you must use it. In this case, it all started with a remix for Fan of a Classic. I made the video for Instagram and it went quite good. People started asking me to release it, so I did. I released it completely for free by using a fan gate, and this is super important. Oh, and don't worry if you have an original or not a cover. Everything works the same and you can get even better results if it's a banger. The remix started getting a lot of traction on SoundCloud and YouTube, getting a lot of downloads and reaching the top of the charts. All of this while I was uploading more videos to Instagram and TikTok to get more traffic and recognition. And the trick comes here. I added a pre-save step in the download gate. People had to pre-save my song on Spotify to be able to download the remix. Instantly, this gave me a lot of pre-save that will help me push my song on Spotify. But now come in the playlist. Something really good to get a lot of streams is to be in as many playlists as possible. But be careful with the fake playlists that use bots. You don't want those. I recommend you starting with this before the release day. There are many platforms to contact Spotify creators. I personally use Submit Hub. I usually send my song 3-4 days before release, so if it gets approved, it's added to the playlist from day 1. This will give the song a strong initial push, and for example, all the playlists that accepted my song the first day altogether had more than 350,000 followers. Instead, if you wait until the release date to do this, playlist creators can take 2-3 days to respond, and you miss the playlist exposure from the first day, which is the most important for the Spotify algorithm. And last but not least, I added my song to my own playlist. Nothing crazy, around 100 streams per day, but this is about the stacking. Small numbers compound and every stream counts. But finally, we are where everything gets amplified: promotion. You need to think that paid ads is not something bad. You are not buying fake streams or something like this. You're making sure that your song reaches the right audience that maybe Instagram or Spotify is not showing your song to. But ads are a pain in the ass. Too many ad settings, too many ways to mess it up, you don't know the right targets, and here is where the secret tool I mentioned before comes in. Intellijend is a platform that pushes your song without the usual headaches of ad managers, targeting nightmares, or wasted budgets, so you can focus on the music again. But to explain this, it's better that they show you the actual process. So now we're gonna prepare the ad with Intellijend. Here I have Nico with me, so he's going to explain better how the platform works and all of this.
Hey Eric, thank you so much for having me on this video. For context for people, I'm Nico Gent. I'm also an artist. I promoted all my music so far with meta ads. I mean, I've tried all kinds of different things. I've tried TikTok, I've tried the playlist ad, I've tried all stuff. And for me, I've seen best success with meta ads. I had some background in meta ads. I was in digital marketing and e-commerce before, so I had a bit of experience with it. And we realized that the problem is that most artists just find it really, really confusing, because it is. Meta ads is confusing and they change the layout every few weeks, or add a button or hide a button, and you're spending your money and you don't want to risk burning through your budget without any good results. And so that's what we did as an agency now for years, and we now have a big team from our agency that we've kind of all pushed into Intellijend, which is our software that basically does everything automatically, so you don't even have to touch Meta Ads Manager.
Yeah, like makes promotion easy for people that don't know anything about ads and all of this.
Exactly. It's supposed to make it as simple and streamlined as possible. It basically optimizes it everything automatically, so you don't have to analyze the data and stuff. It just basically makes a decision as if it was me or like my agency.
So well, should we now create an ad for my song and let's see how it goes?
Yeah, right here, this is the first step in creating a campaign. As you can see, we give 2 different options. Either the Gen campaign, my strategy, is going to optimize very much on like triggering the algorithm, which we've seen is the best when you front load your investment, meaning you spend more on day 1 and day 2 and stuff, and kind of tailor down your ad spend, as that gives Spotify as much data as possible in the first few days of your release, which then enables Spotify to know who your listeners should be for this song, and then actually like push this out in radio and Discover Weekly a bit later on.
So the idea is like give a lot of budget to detect perfectly as quick as possible the best audience, and then just reduce the budget for that specific audience, right?
Yeah, more or less. So we're testing out all kinds of different combinations of ad creatives, so videos and target audiences. And basically on day 1, we're trying out all the different options. And as time passes, the software is then gonna realize which combinations to cut and turn off. So by day 5 or 7, you'll be left with the best combinations of ads that will give you the best performance over the next 3 weeks.
I guess because on Spotify, the most important days are the first ones.
It's not about having the best audience at first. It's just giving Spotify the most data. Who listens, who likes, adds to their playlist, repeats, listens. And the more data Spotify has, the more it's able to use its algorithm to push you out to new fans. You could also run a steady campaign, not so effective when you're promoting a release, where this budget is spent evenly. Now you're going to be prompted with what your budget is. I personally recommend people to try and aim for a budget of at least $300 or $400 for the campaign. It's definitely possible with less. It's just a bit limiting in terms of how many creatives you can test and add audiences if you go below that.
I'm gonna put 500.
And as you can see, if you have a €500 budget, we recommend you to use 9 ad creatives, so 9 videos. You don't necessarily need to have 9. You can have a bit more, a bit less, and we're just gonna adjust the actual daily budget per ad set, per combination accordingly. Here you're creating your landing page. That's gonna be like your website to actually go on the streaming platform of their choice, like Spotify, Apple Music, whatsoever. If your track is not out yet, you're gonna click on a track and then on future release track.
Okay, and I just fill the stats, right?
And then you can customize your landing page where you see services. Since your song is not out yet, I would leave this for now. And as soon as the song comes out, you'll be able to then add this in really quickly. But to get started for now, you can see your landing page. We've optimized it to load extremely fast, so there's no friction for people to actually get to your music once they see their ad.
And I see you have different backgrounds or so. That's cool.
And now you're going to be prompted with a few different campaigns structures. So first of all, most of the interest that we do, we use genres mainly. Think about the genre of your track. For you, that the track is like a melodic house, progressive house track. But honestly, in most cases, it's better to go broad. So even though it might be progressive house or melodic house, you might just target house.
Okay, or like dance music or...
Yeah, house, dance music, tech house, electronic music. And then since you have 15 ad creatives for that budget, we basically limit it to 2 interests, of which one of them we're going to do broad, which has no targeting. One of your campaigns is going to be targeted to electronic dance music and one broad. Now, on the geographic targeting, in music marketing, it's kind of tier 1 and tier 2 countries. We always recommend doing both at first because the tier 2 countries are often much cheaper to target, and getting streams there can then trigger the algorithm on Spotify to push you out in the US. For example, age range, we honestly recommend just to keep it that way. And now when it comes to scheduling,
when it starts, right?
Yeah. Here you'll upload your creatives. If you're struggling with creatives, we, as you can see with the highlighted button, we also have ad packs where we hired some videographers around the world to create kind of stock footage, but that's specifically based on our best performing ads.
All of them are uploaded now?
All done. You don't have to do anything. You can change the primary text. That's going to be like the text on the reel on Instagram, but out now is usually all you need. And here you're going to have a summary of your entire marketing campaign. So really here, all you have to do is check the box, which is an important box for people that aren't reading it right now. We do still require artists to go optimize every day, manually. It's just one button. You just have to click on optimize and Intelligent does everything for you.
And what is really the optimizing thing does?
Let's say you have these 30 ad sets. Now the optimization button will analyze the performance of all of these ad sets, meaning the cost per click, how long the people are viewing the videos, if the people are actually just clicking on the ad or actually ending up on Spotify. So really, how much does it cost you to get somebody onto Spotify? And based on those metrics, it's then gonna optimize on it and then turn off the ad sets that aren't performing good enough. So you don't really have to make any decision, but we want you to have an oversight of what's being turned off, which are the interests, which are the creatives that are actually working and which aren't. So with that being said, you just click launch. Now what it's doing, it's actually going into your Meta Ads manager and setting up all of this for you, which honestly could take you a few hours. Your thing is done. If you want, you can check out the link at the top when you click open and you'll see what your fans will actually see once they click on your ad. You wait for the song to come out, and then as soon as it's out, you add the streaming platforms, and then once a day you check back in, you hit the optimize button, and I will optimize the campaign for you and show you exactly like what the performance is and stuff.
All right, but what happens when we end the campaign? I mean, I'm just gonna get streams during the campaign, or what happens when it's over?
No, so the idea for the campaign is to really like set the seed. You're not paying only for the streams that you're getting. The people who click on your ad like your song enough, they go out of Instagram, out of their scrolling thing to check out the song. Most of those people will actually like it, add it to their playlist and save it. And that are like the markers that Spotify uses to then show the music out to more people. And those streams way outweigh the streams that you actually paid for in the beginning. Yeah, you're really paying for the seed to have a long-term better performance of your song. I'll be honest as well, I had a song that I had no hope at all for. I just kind of liked it and I wanted to release something again. It's now at 70 million streams. It was only promoted through Instagram ads, the same way as it was set up now for you with Intelligent.
And how many streams do you have in total?
Over 150 million.
And all of that, like most of that because of the ads, right?
Well, the ads that laid the seeds for then the algorithm. Like if you check on my Spotify for artists, it's 85% algorithmic streams. Yeah, the whole strategy is that you do this consistently. As you promote your first release and you get those listeners from Instagram and you get new fans, those kind of carry over onto your next release, especially when they follow you.
It's like the snowball effect. You're like making the snowball bigger with every song. So then it's like all that you created before, all the new people that followed you, all the new people that started listening to your music because of all the ads are going to listen to the new one. So this one is going to perform a lot better.
Exactly. And yeah, that's exactly like what I've done. Intelligence is a software like I'm doing it for you. Like it's doing the exact strategy that I've been optimizing for myself.
I've done meta ads a lot and your website, makes it 10 times easier. So well, Nico, thank you so much for all of the explanation and the tips for the ads and promotion and music and all of this. Let's see how my song performs. I hope as good as possible.
All the best with the release.
Thank you so much. Okay guys, one day after the release, we're gonna check how many streams I have so far, how the ads are performing. So it's 11 AM in the morning and right now the song has 1400 streams. Is not bad, one day since it got released. This is wrong, it got released January 15. And if we go to Intelligent, here we have all the information of this ad campaign. Right now we spend this amount of money. I got 600 clicks, which is not bad at all. 70% of the people that go to the landing page goes then to Spotify, which is really good. And down here we have all the ad sets and how much it costs the click of each ad set, and for example, as you can see, these ones are pretty expensive compared to these ones up here. So what we can do is optimize this. Really simple. Just go here, optimize daily spend. All of these are the ones that spend a lot of money, way too much. So just apply optimization. Okay, and now here you said it posts 14 ad sets, which are a lot. And now if you check, we got only the cheaper ones. And from here, all of these are paused, so we don't waste any budget. Because guys, money is not unlimited, sadly. 2 days after the release, let's check the streams. Right now it has all the streams, pretty good. And again, let's go to Intelligent, click on optimize daily spend. Okay, we're gonna remove all these ads that are spending way too much money compared to the others. Apply optimization and nothing else. We just need to wait for Meta to optimize even more these ads and get more streams. Hey guys, 5 days after the release, let's check the stats, let's check the ads, and let's check everything. I have to say that during these days I've been sending my song to more playlists and also I've been replying to some comments of old videos for 2 reasons. The first one is that maybe I didn't reply to some of the comments I got on the videos promoting the song, so now by replying them I can push a bit those videos. Instagram detects more engagement on those videos again and maybe pushes it a bit more, but also because this way I'm telling people, hey, the song now is on Spotify, so if you like it you can go and check it there. Remember that the song didn't get released the 14th of January, it got released the 15th, so it's 5 days since the release and it has 9,000 streams, so it's basically around 2,000 per day, which is pretty good. And if we check the ads, they are getting better every day, 17 cents per click, 18, that's really good. Okay, I have 5 ads right now going on. 7 days after the release, and you know that after 7 days the stream count on Spotify is not live anymore, so I had to wait a bit longer to know the right stats. But I signed in the Spotify for Artists website and look at this. First of all, look at this curve, is perfect. Like, okay, we start good, but then it goes even better. That's really good. And then the streams is 14,000, which is really good. And if we check the ads, now we only have these 3 actives, and as you can see, the price is really low. If we check the previous ads, for example, the first ones, 46, 37, 35, it was a lot more expensive. Now it knows perfectly what people to show the ads to. But we don't only need to think on the cost per click like that, because yeah, we could lower that a lot more if we show it in cheaper countries, but we don't really want this. What we want is quality people that usually save more the songs and add the song on playlists and things like this. And usually tier 2 and tier 1 countries are the ones that does these things. And for example, so far we got the song into 1,400 playlists and we got 1,700 saved. See you in the next days. It's been 2 weeks since I released the song. Let's check the stats. 36,000 streams so far, is going crazy. 2,000 play stats and almost 3,000 saves. And this is really good. All these saves is telling the algorithm of Spotify that almost 10% of the people that listen to the song is saving it. So then in the future, it's probably gonna get more into radio, Discover Weekly, and all these kind of playlists. And about the ads, right now we only have one active and it's costing 15 cents per click. This is a really good price, especially for the countries we have selected. But then look at this. If we go to Insights, well, here you have some achievement of the song, like in what playlist it got added or what artist played live. Here's some insight of the song. But the important thing here is this, the popularity score that right now is 39. This is an internal score that Spotify has for every track and every artist, and the higher it is, the better. It's gonna push it more in the algorithm. And as you can see, the track is right now here, first algorithmic boost. If I reach the 40, just one more, I would be in the second algorithm boost. This means that the Spotify will push it even more, and right now it's already pushing it. It's getting into radio really strong. And what can I do to push it even more to get the higher popularity score? Well, just wait for the ads to work, maybe spend a bit more on the ads, or just promote it with reels or in stories, or just sending it to people or whatever. Okay guys, 3 weeks since the song got released, let's check the stats, but I have to say the song right now has a popularity score of 42, and I already got into some playlists from the label. They decided to wait a bit to get some organic reach, and this way also don't tell the algorithm like this a kind of spam or fake because of getting into huge playlists really quick and then getting out or something like this. Almost 60,000 streams so far, almost 3,500 play stats, almost 4,000 saves. This is crazy. Look at the graph of how it's going, whoop, and it's keeping going up. And then if we check the ads, right now we only have this one ad. Okay, there are no more and we cannot optimize it because there's only one ad going on. And about the socials, I'm not uploading more videos to Reels or TikTok. Okay, let's say that kind of promotion is completely finished. Now I'm preparing for the next release. If we go to the insights here in Intelligent and we scroll down a little bit, here it says it's been 21 days since your last release, and also says you should release your next song in 721 days for optimal growth. And basically that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to release a song every 4-6 weeks to try to keep the algorithm on Spotify going up, because otherwise all this work I did for this song, yes, it works for this song, but it's not going to create a snowball effect for the upcoming songs. Instead, if I release a new song in 2-3 weeks and I do the same kind of promotion, all the promotion from If I Lose Myself is going to work also a little bit for the next one, and also the promotion for the next one can send some people to If I Lose Myself. So well, in the end I create a kind of a snowball effect with all the songs I'm releasing, and this way the Spotify algorithm like treats me better because of releasing a lot of music, and every song is gonna go better than the previous one if you keep going like this. Finally, exactly 1 month after the release, let's check the stats, let's check the streams, let's check everything. But first I want to remind you that the song got released the 15th of January, and also today is 16th of February. You may be saying, that's 1 month and 1 day. Yes, but because today, 16, I'm getting the stats of yesterday, 15 of February. If we check Intelligent, we can see the campaign stats. We can see that we got 3,500 clicks on the ads. When people was in the ad, 2,600 clicked to go to Spotify. From all these ads we had right here, the one that costed the less was the number 5 and it was 16 cents. And then if we go to the insights, we can see that right now, If I Lose Myself had a popularity score of 44. And actually, thanks to this popularity score, as you can see in this graph, there was one day that they got a big push, and this push came from algorithm playlists, from radio and release radar. If we go to Spotify for artists, we can see that the song got added to 4,500 playlist ads and got 4,662 saves. All of this is going to help us to create the hockey stick curve. Okay, so the idea is that the streams are going to get low as the ads are going down and all of this, but then because all the ads, all the saves, all the people that we brought to Spotify, the algorithm is going to reward us by giving a high increase on the algorithm playlist, and all of this is going to give us more streams. Gent explained it. And if we check the streams 30 days after release, we got 91,000 streams. Yes guys, we didn't reach 100,000, I'm sorry. I actually reached 100k in the day 35, so who cares? But well guys, the work doesn't end right here. If you want your song to perform good and you want the Spotify algorithm to reward you as you deserve, you need to keep consistently releasing music. Actually, in 4 days I'm going to release another song, and I'm going to do the same promotion as with this one. And all of this is going to create a snowball effect that with every song it gets bigger. But if there's like 2, 3, 4 months that you don't release music, the Spotify algorithm is not gonna boost you, because like, why should I boost this artist that is not releasing music? And to be honest, if you don't want to have any headaches promoting your music, Intelligent is a really easy platform to use. So down below in the description, you have a link. You can go and try it. And if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments and I will reply to all of you. See you in the next video.